Have you heard about the word reconciliation? Reconciliation, or to reconcile, means to restore a relationship, as what we had with God before the fall into sin. Jesus did the work of reconciliation on the cross, and his resurrection showed that our relationship with God had been restored and we are forgiven. We've arrived at the second week of Easter, and today we are going to take a look at the story when Jesus met his disciples after his resurrection. In John chapter 20, verse 19 to 31, after the body of Jesus was gone, the disciples stayed in a house which doors were closed and locked, for they were afraid of the Jews. In that house, Jesus came and stood among them and said, "Peace be with you." After he said that to his disciples, he showed them his hands and his side, and it made them rejoice. He then spoke the word of commission to them and breathed on them the Holy Spirit. He said that if they forgave the sins of any, they were forgiven them, and if they retained the sins of any, they would be retained. The saying made clear that what Jesus did on the cross were work of reconciliation. By letting himself punished to death for something he did not do powerlessly, he forgave the oppressors who nailed him on the cross and at the same time stood by the side of the oppressed. That's why cross no longer became the symbol of punishment and humiliation, but forgiveness and reconciliation. It did not only reconcile man to one another, but also the sinful world with God. And whenever we look at the cross, we shall remember that we have forgiven for oppressing and humiliating other humans, and at the same time, we defended and protected as the victim of injustice we face in our lives. As Jesus gave the choice to the disciples to follow through his work by forgiving those who had sinned against them, he gave us the same choice by the Spirit here and now to forgive those who have sinned against us and to continue his work of reconciliation.